That's my alarm. 6 a.m. Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. This is a bit of a State of the Union address here. State of the Empire of Dirt. First and foremost, I want to thank and acknowledge all the guys that throw in a couple bucks on Patreon in order to get more videos out and get the long-term projects out. A little bit more on that momentarily. And secondly, I got to apologize for a douche move. At the end of the last electronics video, I told you that I would spin up a couple hundred of these and send out 100 to guys that want to do the project with me and another 100 to Patreons. I thought that would be more than enough, but guys are, well, essentially by only giving them away and not allowing people to exchange their legal tender for said ruler, I'm a filthy red commie and making everybody queue up in bread lines and being an elitist. So I understand that if you want to buy one, absolutely, I'm going to order more and you can buy one. That'll help support the channel as well. I thought I was doing a nice turn by limiting the number, you know, so I limit my outgo, but just giving them away to people who want to learn electronics. More than that, I think guys are really interested in helping out the channel. So yeah, if you're interested in that, there'll be a thing up in the doobly, down in the doobly-doo and up in the corner there to an Etsy page. I poke the internet box with a stick and a lot of times I get stung, but okay, I'm doing a reboot in the shop. We're going to focus more on the long-term projects that are on the Patreon. That is the electric discharge machining rig, and also we're making a CNC with a mag base for steel, a magnetic base, sort of like a mag drill, but it's going to be CNC plasma cutter, and that's all going to be open. I'm going to share exactly how to build that with you so that if you guys want to build it, you go ahead and build it. Now this comes about because essentially, well, in the words of my favorite contemporary poet, your only job as a father is to keep your daughter off the pole. And I just, you know, I had some holidays, but before that, I was 6 weeks out on a job and just fucking breaking my heart. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to stay closer to home. I might do a couple little work trips here and there, but nothing like these big long projects. I can't. My family can't handle it. So as such, that opens up some more time for me to work on long-term projects. So I'm going to focus getting the shop ready to do the long-term projects. So there's going to be some more videos about that on the Patreon. That's long-term stuff. On the short-term stuff, we're going to do mainly tool teardowns and not so much just dicking around in the shop. You know, obviously if I feel like it having a few beers, I'm going to make a dicking around video, but that's the plan. Fourthly, if you have a tool that you want torn down, and I kind of get my hackles up sometimes because guys will throw in a couple bucks and then demand that I do, you know, or get pissed off that I haven't done a certain tool yet. And it's like, I refuse to accept corpo shill vids, and the only reason we can do that is because of the Patreon stuff, and I super appreciate that. I think you guys do too, because if you're doing a shill vid, like you can see, go and watch the corporate reviews or the small-time reviews that accept free stuff. Totally different review. So if you want to see a specific tool, I have an idea, and it's super expensive. Doesn't matter. Put it in the doobly-doo. The more people that are interested in that tool, we're going to go ahead and buy that tool and then give it away when we're done. But here's a big but. I'm going to figure out a way to do that without losing my house. So go ahead and put that in the doobly-doo. Any tool. If you want to see a $4,000 plasma cutter, do it. We're going to buy it and then we're going to give it away. Alright, this is the previously aforementioned ruler, what I tried to give away and got a blast of shit for. So, well, yeah. So, just a fun little shop ruler, and the whole deal, I snuck it into an electronics video at the end because I wanted to give these away for guys who were trying to get into electronics and didn't quite know where to start. So what this is all surface mount. There's a button, a super bright LED, and a battery. And what you can do is you keep this in your pocket in a dark shop or whatever. You hit the light, and you can resolve fine details through this focus you fac hole. So this is an ocular pinhole focusing device. I'm sure you've done this in school. You know, when you're a little kid, you poke a hole in a piece of paper and it helps you focus. And then we got, just to go through the features, we got a hole for a magnet here. What for checking stainless steels or aluminum, or, you know, sticking stuff to other stuff, especially for picking up schmoo. This will be right full of grinding dust in no time. Then we have two different kind of scales here for gap width. So if you have a mechanical contrivance that has a split, you can tell how far you need to shim it by looking at this. Say it's 40 thou, 1 millimeter, or 10 thou, 6 thou. 4 thou is a human hair, so this is just slightly larger than a human hair here. Millimeters on the obverse, of course, inches here in 16ths, and then inches here in 32nds. I didn't go 64ths just because I can't I can't see that essentially. And then we have bolt hole circles. So if you're having trouble identifying bolt hole circles, you know, maybe you're a little hungover that day and you need to know what size. No, they're not 10 millimeter. No, 3/8. There we go, 3/8, grade 8. And also we have the shop vernacular. Of course, when you're assembling, say you're a fabricator and you're assembling, everything's in cunt hairs. And it's sometimes difficult for the uninitiated to visualize that, so we have a nice visual scale here. Of course, this is the prototype, and the other one I actually gave away. I had actually built it with some scabby components. I don't have it anymore, but I'll put in some footage. Go ahead and go over to Esti. There's a link in the doobly-doo. Of course, by buying this, you're helping the channel. Hey, thanks a lot for joining me in the shop. I really enjoy having a laugh with you. Keep your dick in a vice.